Here at home, it is so hot in Cleveland. Most schools without air conditioning cancel classes today, but one school is getting some heat for staying open.
The safety of our students and our staff is the utmost important, and I just don't feel like Cleveland feels that way right now.
One teacher at the school, speaking only with our Tara Molina. Tara, she says staying open was not in the best interest of Cleveland's kids.
Those were her words exactly, Rob, telling me on the phone during a break from class today that kids were feeling sick, that many of them were dripping with sweat, and that the conditions were nearly impossible for learning. 92.8 degrees just after noon today. This is a thermometer inside a Cleveland classroom where kids were in school today.
Just sweating in their rooms, and it's just sad.
Parma and Elyria closed schools without air conditioning today. Several Catholic schools jumped on board, but not Cleveland. It's up to the superintendent of each school whether or not they stay open. I caught up with a teacher on the phone inside one of those hot classrooms.
The kids aren't learning anything. They're too hot. I walked through the halls and no classroom is doing anything.
She didn't want to share her name, but I verified she works in the district.
I walked through the halls and no classroom is doing anything. The lights are off, the fans are blasting. They have popsicles and cold water, but the kids have to pay 75 cents for a cold water bottle.
And she described how Cleveland Metropolitan School District's decision to stay open,
they're sluggish, they're lethargic,
affected kids as young as 3 in the unair-conditioned buildings.
And I've seen 3 kids get sick today, vomiting.
I took those concerns to folks with the district. They declined my interview request and denied that the 911 call for EMS to a CMSD school was heat-related.
No, come out of your air-conditioned office for 10 minutes and sit in one of these classrooms.
Sending me this information instead. Quote, custodians arrived at our school 2 hours early this morning to turn on fans and get air circulating in the building while temperatures were still in the 60s. Students and staff are being supplied with ample cold water and ice cream, and staff are avoiding strenuous activity today.
A sad representation of what's actually going on. It's not a school. There's no learning going on.
Later in the day, she told me her students started vomiting in class, but administrators insist that's not related to the temperature.
From what I understand, we are open so that the students that come to our school can have breakfast and lunch. We need to feed the kids, which last time I checked, we were a school. We needed to educate the kids.
Now, the only Cleveland school that was closed today was closed because it does not have power. A district spokesperson sent me a heat index map that they use for situations like these, as well as a sheet they send out to parents and teachers with tips to stay cool in hot weather. We put both those up on our News 5 app. Reporting live in Cleveland, I'm Tara Molina, News 5.